Good morning. I would ask you, as usual, to take a nice breath in. Make that ah sound. Ah. Let the breathing come back to normal, eyes opening. So, welcome to Touching the Edge. This is Drake Polk speaking to you. I'm so happy to be with you here today because I know that we can make a difference here today. You and I together can make a difference. So the very first thing I want to bring up is that exercise. Let's do the candle exercise just real briefly. Just chest up, relax your jaws and your hands and breathe. Relax the center of your forehead, and if you would like to, close your eyes. Now, in that darkness with your closed eyes, begin to imagine even a deeper darkness. You know that, again, that pitch darkness that's so solid that you can't even see your own fingers if you wave them in front of your eyes. Breathing nice and easily, and then peer off into that darkness and begin to see that light. You know what it is. It's the candle light. And as we focus on it, it begins to come to us. And as it's coming to us, we can see it shimmering and fluctuating. As we come closer still, what we recognize, it's not the candle that's fluctuating, it's actually what's between us and the candle. It's just like if you see a candle on the other side of a fish tank, it can appear to be shimmering because of the water is in between you and the candle. So again, what's making this candle seem unsteady is what's blocking us from our own self, our own deepest connection. And so I would like to just touch on that and, really talk about the two elements that I really work to bring across to the people that I work with. Number one is calming and grounding. That's job one. Calming and grounding, and recognizing that when things are more stable, when things are more calm, you can make assessments that actually connect to your deepest values. It's like shaking up a snow globe, with all the sediment floating around, it's harder to make good choices. So we breathe and we let that nervous energy settle. And we do that by a combination of breathing exercises, visualization exercises, and elements that help to bring down our nervous energy. Secondarily, we want to be aware of manifestation practice. Practices that people like Napoleon Hill brought forth in Think and Grow Rich, or people like Shakti Gawan brought forth in her work, her major works. So we're talking about creative visualization. Actually, that's Shakti Gawan's book, Creative Visualization. So we want to be aware of creative visualization and how important it is. And what the fact is that what we focus on with intensity grows. We feel like it's coming towards it when we are actually going towards that element. Again, it's like when I saw the mailbox when I was a kid, when I first learned how to ride a bike, and I became afraid of it. It felt like the mailbox was coming to me when I was actually going towards it. What I'm suggesting is that oftentimes when we are looking at our fears and we feel like the fears are hurtling towards us, what's really happening is we are hurtling towards our fear. And I would suggest that that's what we've been doing as a country, as a species. We are hurtling towards what we fear. Now, just because that is occurring doesn't mean that the best thing for us is to focus even more on what we fear. It's like that idea of hitting the gas when you mean to hit the brake. Like when someone drives through the door of the garage because they think they're hitting the brake when they're hitting the gas, and when they freak out, they hit the gas even harder. So let's be aware of that. Let's be aware of creative visualization today. Let's be aware of exercises like Napoleon Hill's, taking 10 minutes a day and focusing on confidence. Confidence is infectious. Focus on things that are going to work out. Focus on the fact that you intend to take a walk today and you're going to do it, or the fact that you're going to feed your children today. Let that build confidence for you. Focus on improving and not being perfect. By doing that, what happens is that instead of the candle being way off, we move towards it. We move towards what's grounding and calming in our best selves. Find the better of two witnesses. So thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for being part of a positive change in the world. Remember, we can make a difference. When you're seeing a lack of something, it doesn't mean to provide more of the lack, but provide what is missing. If you see a lack of kindness, bring kindness. If you see people who are thirsty, bring water. If you see people who are feeling despair, become enthusiastic. So here we go. Let's ring the bell. You know, it's important to remember that we are a product of the time in which we live. You know, Frederick Douglass, the former slave, was an amazing man, but he was also a product of the time that he lived. Martin Luther King, other great leaders of all kinds, you know, of all groups. Shinru Suzuki, whoever it might be, they are a product of their time as we are. And as a product of this time, we have what we need to face this time. I bring my hands into prayer position and I bow to you because I know that you are here to lead us. Namaste. Thank you, my beautiful friends. Have a wonderful day.